Good morning. We are continuing with Unit 2, today doing PO12. I can write a fraction in its simplest form. So, Mr. Schultz says there is a math council of the world. They decide what all the rules are for math, and one of them is to always simplify. Simplify those fractions. That is a big rule we have. Even if the directions don't say to simplify, we know that we need to simplify. So for example, instead of 3 over 15, we could divide out that scale factor of 3 and get 1 over 5. And instead of 20 over 30, we could divide out that scale factor of 10 and get 2/3. Sometimes we find this, we simplify it right away. So I said we could divide 20/30 by 10 and get 2/3. But what if we have 20 over 30 and we say, hey, they're both even numbers. So I know 20 and 30 are both even. If they're even, I can divide by 2. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 30 divided by 2 is 15. I simplified. Am I done? I simplified it. What do you think, Layla? I can go even smaller. So I always have to check, even though I simplified it, can I go even smaller? I can divide a 5 out of both 10 and 15. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So I always have to look. I might not have found the biggest number to simplify by, and I might have to simplify multiple times. And that's okay. Our answer is going to be the same as long as I simplify as low as I can go. Always check to see, is there another number I can divide out of both the top and the bottom? Each pair of fractions is equivalent, which means they represent the same value, but the second fraction is written in simplest form. To put a fraction in simplest form, you need to find that scale factor that we worked on in our last objective that will make the number smaller. You know a fraction is in simplest form when there are no more scale factors. So show how we simplified the above fractions. So let's look at that. We just talked about it. I can divide that 3 out. So 3 divided by 3 gave me the 1. 15 divided by 3 gave me the 5. And here, if we simplified it as far as we could go, we would be simplifying out that 10. But like I said, if you simplified by 2 and then simplified by 5, that works too, as long as you keep going until you can't go anymore. So if we knew that 20 right away, that's fine. Or we could simplify out the 2 and the 5 separately, we still get that same answer. So now you try. 18 over 21, what is the simplest form going to be? Get out your whiteboard and write it. If you don't have your whiteboard, you just have to do it on your paper and you don't get to show me. 18 over 25, what is the simplest form? 18 over 21. Quickly and quietly. Write on your whiteboard what the simplest form of 18 21st would be. What scale factor can we divide out? Same number on the top and the bottom. Write it on your whiteboard and show me. Can you write it a little bigger for me, Melanie? My eyes are tired on this Monday. Mondays.
Are sad.
They are.
I'm going a Nobody
Shh, be focused. So be thinking about what you can divide out of 18 and what you can divide out of 21. Connor, you gotta be looking at me when you hold it up, so I'm not gonna keep that thumb up for you.
Oh. Oh wait, yes, like.
But we're not dividing by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 18 divided by 6 is not 6. What are you actually dividing by? Okay, so
Oh, I did 18 divided by 3, my bad.
we have to be careful with what we write. 18 divided by 3 gives me 6. 21 divided by 3 gives me 7. So if we put 6 as our scale factor, 18 divided by 6 would have given me 3 for an answer. And 21 divided by 6 doesn't come out evenly. It's not a scale factor of 21. I had a couple people who said, oh, divided by 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 21 we cannot divide by 2. It is not a scale factor of it because we want that full number. So we have to be really careful with what scale factor we're writing down that we're using. Using your calculator, you can find the decimal value, divide the numerator by the denominator of the original fraction, and your simplified fraction. If the decimal values are exactly the same, you simplified correctly. So what that means, we said this simplified was 6/7. If I do 18 divided by, that fraction bar means divide, 18 divided by 21, that gets me a fraction of 0.86. I round to that hundredth place. Now I'm going to take my 6 and divide it by 7. And I want to see the exact same decimal, 0.86. If they are not the same decimal, then they are not, we did not simplify correctly. Okay. Might not tell us that we went as small as we could get, but it will tell us if we divided correctly. So big thing to remember is that fraction bar means divide, and if we divide our numerator by our denominator, we should get the same decimal, so we have equivalent fractions. So let's do a few together, and then you are going to practice on your own. We're going to write each fraction in the simplest form, and you must show your work. What do you think I want to see your work? Do I want mental math happening? No. How are we going to show our work, Madeline? We're going to write that scale factor that we are dividing by. So if I'm at 18/24s, what is the scale factor I could divide out? Zelda?
You could do like 3/3, which would.
Yeah, I could divide by 3. 18 divided by 3 gives me 6. 24 divided by 3 gives me, oh, not 24. 24 divided by 3 gives me 8. Is that as simple as I can get?
No.
I can divide more out. Remember, sometimes we don't divide by the biggest scale factor that we can. Sometimes we need to divide again. What else can I divide 6/8 by? Callie? What can I divide 6/8 by, Dom? I can now divide it by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this is my final answer. If I was at 18/24s and I divided it by 6 right away, 18 divided by 6 is 3. 24 divided by 6 is 4. I would have gotten that same answer. So whether you did it with multiple simplifying or you found that biggest scale factor to begin with, you get the answer of 3/4. So I want to see your scale factors that you are dividing out. Sometimes it might just be one that we divide out because we found the biggest scale factor. So we'll just simplify it the one time. Sometimes we have to simplify it multiple times to get as small as we can get. So let's do one more together. 21 over 24. What can I divide out? Liv. What is 21 divided by 3? What is 24 divided by 3? Can I divide anything more out of 7 and 8? No. That's as low as we can go, so that is our answer. So this is showing my work, showing what scale factor I am dividing out. 40/90ths. What can I divide out, Ava?
10.
What is 40 divided by 10?
4.
What is 90 divided by 10? Can I divide anything more out of 4 and 9? That's as simple as I can get. This is another one that maybe you divided the 2 out. You'd have to keep on simplifying until you get as low as you can go. So if we were at 40/90ths divided by 2, I would have gotten 20 over 45. 5s can be divided out of that, and I would have gotten 4 over 9. You have to keep simplifying as far as you can go. But once we get to the 4 and the 9, we know there's no other factor that they share for us to divide out. Are there any questions on today's assignment? We're going to work quietly. Remember that we have Khan Academy that we can work on when we're done. We have math packets we can work on when we are done. Khan Academy is due Thursday. Math packets are due on next week, Tuesday. You turn it in by Friday of this week. I will correct and return to you. Thank you to those of you still listening. So if you turn in that math packet by Friday, I will get it back to you so you can make corrections. If you have practice work that you need to turn in or that you have questions on, when we are done with today's assignment, come see me for questions you have on that practice work. You can stay after school Wednesday or Thursday to work on retakes, to work on practice work help. I thought I was going to be here until 3 o'clock on Wednesday, but Gianna has an ortho appointment at 3. So I'll be after school on Wednesday until 2:30. But then I have to go get her to her ortho appointment. Gotta be mom. So if you want to stay after on Wednesday, I will be here, but only until 2:30. On Thursday, I will be here until 3. Any help we have with with math packets, with practice work, and retakes. You can do retakes Wednesday and Thursday after school. We are doing retakes in class on Friday. Sawyer, you have to wait until I'm done recording. So any other questions on our math that we have coming up? All right, with that, if you are watching at home, we hope you are well. We hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.